The Civil Aviation Cape Town Convention and Other Matters Amendment Bill is resumed. Nathan Guy, the Honourable Nathan Guy, was speaking. He has 7 minutes remaining should he wish to take that call. The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr. Speaker, as I was saying before the lunch break, the bill also makes amendment to several other acts to ensure that the special insolvency regime provided for in the aircraft protocol prevails over any inconsistent domestic processes. Mr. Speaker, the bill also makes changes to the Civil Aviation Act to streamline the civil aviation rulemaking process. Transport legislation, including the Act, contains provisions authorising the Minister of Transport to make ordinary transport rules. These include requirements relating to public notification of and consultation of intended rules and a mandatory 28-day rule between the gazetting of a rule when it comes into force. Together, Mr. Speaker, with the subsequent addition of a cabinet process, have resulted in a complex and lengthier rulemaking process. In 2008, the previous government decided that the rule system should remain but be more flexible. This government agrees with that approach and has moved more aggressively to streamline the rulemaking process and also reduce overall costs. This bill therefore amends the Civil Aviation Act of 1990 to enable civil aviation rules to be made by the order of Council, to repeal mandatory notification requirements and replace them with a requirement for notification as considered appropriate by the Minister of Transport, and repeal the mandatory 28-day rule. We'll also align the Act with the Land Transport Act of 1998 in relation to incorporation by reference of standards into rules and the power of the Director to determine...
Point of order, the Honourable Stevie Chadwick.
With respect to the Minister, the microphones have come on. We couldn't hear the Minister because of the noise in the House.
Well, I was. The member's quite right. There was noise on both sides of the House, and I was waving and gesticulating to people for them to calm down rather than interrupt the Minister's speech. Now we have. Could I just make the point? There's a lot of extraneous noise in the chamber, and could people give some due courtesy, appropriate courtesy to Nathan Guy? I call on the Honourable Nathan Guy.
I thank the member for that. As I was saying, Mr. Speaker, it will also align the Act with the Land Transport Act of 1998 in relation to incorporation by the reference of standards into rules and the power of the Director to determine technical matter under these rules. Mr. Speaker, the Government would like the potential finance savings of our aviation industry to become as quickly available this year. A 3-month time lag before accession into the Convention and Protocols is effective means that for accession to be enforced by 1 October this year, the bill would need to progress through its all stages by the 24th of June. Then, subject to royal assent occurring by 29 June, the instruments of accession could then be lodged by 30 June and accession be enforced for New Zealand 3 months later. Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. I call the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to speak in support of the Civil Aviation Cape Town Convention and Other Matters Amendment Bill. I'd like to congratulate my local MP for how well his reading's coming on. He read that beautifully. Maybe these national standards will help some people after all. In that respect, he brought energy to a piece of legislation which the House finds itself in urgency.